The history of New Jersey dates back thousands of years before the first European settlers arrived on the continent. Native American tribes had been living in the area for centuries. The Lenape people, also known as the Delaware Indians, were the most prominent tribe in New Jersey at the time of European contact. They had a rich culture with a deep connection to the land and resources that surrounded them. The Lenape were a peaceful people who lived in small villages and relied on agriculture, hunting, and gathering for their sustenance. They developed a sophisticated system of agriculture, growing crops such as corn, squash, and beans. And they also hunted deer, bear, and other animals for food. They gathered nuts, berries, and other plants for food and medicine. In addition to their agricultural practices, the Lenape were also skilled traders. They traded with other Native American tribes, as well as with European settlers, for goods such as furs, food, and tools. They were known for their skill in woodworking and metalworking, and they produced a variety of goods that were highly sought after by other cultures. Despite the rich history and culture of the Lenape people, they were ultimately driven out of New Jersey and other parts of the United States through a combination of warfare, disease, and forced relocation. As European settlers continued to encroach on their lands, the Lenape were forced to sign a series of treaties that ceded their lands to the colonists. Many of them were then relocated to reservations in Oklahoma and other states where their numbers have dwindled. Today, there are only an estimated 3,000 Lenape people left in the United States, making them one of the most endangered tribes in the country. Despite the tragic fate of the Lenape people, their legacy lives on in New Jersey. Their name is preserved in the name of the state capital, Trenton, and their culture is celebrated at the annual POW Wow in the Pines, which attracts thousands of visitors each year. The European exploration and colonization of New Jersey began in the early 1600s when the Dutch West India Company established a settlement at the mouth of the Hudson River. This settlement, which became known as Fort Orange, was the beginning of the Dutch colonial empire in the region. The Dutch were followed by the English, who took control of New Jersey in 1664. The colony was initially a part of the larger province of New Netherland, but it was separated from the rest of the colony in 1702 and became a royal colony. One of the most significant events in New Jersey's early history was the arrival of William Penn in 1682. Penn, a Quaker and founder of the Pennsylvania colony, was looking for a place to establish a haven for Quakers who were persecuted in England. He purchased a large tract of land in what is now southern New Jersey from the Delaware Indians and established the province of Pennsylvania. Although the colony was short-lived, lasting only 56 years, it had a profound impact on New Jersey's history. It was the first area in the North America colonies where people of different religions could worship freely without fear of persecution. Another important figure in New Jersey's early history was John Fenwick, who founded the city of Salem in 1679. Fenwick was a member of the Society of Friends, or Quakers, and he wanted to create a community where people could live according to their religious beliefs. The town of Salem became a refuge for Quakers fleeing persecution in England, and it also attracted settlers from other colonies. In the 1700s, the economy of New Jersey began to grow rapidly. The colony's geographic location made it an ideal spot for trade and commerce. It was situated along the Atlantic coast, providing easy access to shipping and trade routes. Additionally, its proximity to New York City and Philadelphia, two major colonial cities, made it a hub for merchants and traders. The colony's fertile soil and mild climate also contributed to its economic growth. It was well suited for agriculture, and farmers produced a variety of crops, including wheat, barley, corn, and tobacco. The abundance of natural resources such as timber and minerals also supported the growth of industries such as shipbuilding and iron. During this time period, New Jersey also became a center for the production of ceramics. The first pottery was established in 1710, and by the mid-1700s, the colony was producing a variety of earthenware and porcelain. The natural resources and favorable location made New Jersey an attractive destination for settlers, and the population grew rapidly. During the 1700s, people from all over the world came to New Jersey seeking new opportunities and to escape persecution in their home countries. This influx of people led to the growth of cities and towns and the creation of new communities. As the population of New Jersey grew, so did its economy. Agriculture, manufacturing, and trade continued to thrive, and the colony became a center for shipping and transportation. The construction of roads, bridges, and canals made it easier to move goods and people around the colony and to connect with other regions. New Jersey played a significant role in the American Revolution. The battles of Trenton and Princeton, which took place in 1776 and 1777 respectively, were major turning points in the war. These battles demonstrated the tenacity and determination of the colonial troops and helped to secure support for the American cause. The victory at Trenton, in particular, was a morale boost for the Continental Army and is considered one of the most important battles of the Revolution. Following the American Revolution, New Jersey began to grow and develop in new ways. The victory in the war had secured the independence of the United States and opened up new possibilities for trade and commerce. The economy of New Jersey continued to grow during this period, and the state became a center for manufacturing, agriculture, and transportation. The construction of railroads and canals made it easier to transport goods and people throughout the state and to connect with other regions. The growth of industry also led to the development of cities and towns, and the population of New Jersey continued to grow rapidly. In the mid-1800s, New Jersey became a leader in the production of manufactured goods. The state's location along the Atlantic coast made it an ideal spot for manufacturing because it had easy access to raw materials and transportation routes. The abundant natural resources and skilled workforce also contributed to the growth of industries such as textiles, chemicals, and iron and steel production. The state's geographic location also made it a hub for transportation and logistics. The construction of railroads and canals made it easier to transport goods and people throughout the states and to connect with other regions. This made it an ideal location for businesses that relied on transportation, such as manufacturing and distribution centers. By the end of the 1800s, New Jersey had become a major industrial and commercial center. The state's economy was diversified, and it was home to a variety of industries, including textiles, chemicals, iron and steel production, manufacturing, and transportation. The state's population had also grown significantly, and its cities and towns were centers of commerce, industry, and culture. In the early 1900s, New Jersey continued to grow and develop. The state's economy diversified, and it became home to new industries, including pharmaceuticals, electronics, and food processing. The state's population also continued to grow, and its cities and towns became centers of commerce, industry, and culture. Today, New Jersey is a highly developed state with a strong economy and a diverse population. Its cities and towns are home to some of the most iconic landmarks and attractions in the United States. The state's economy is diversified, and it is home to many Fortune 500 companies. New Jersey is also home to some of the best universities and cultural institutions in the United States. Before European settlers arrived in New Jersey, the land was inhabited by various Native American tribes, including the Lenape, Munsee, and Iroquois. The Lenape were the most prominent tribe in the area, and they had a rich culture and deep connection to the land. However, as European settlers began to encroach on their territory, the Native Americans were pushed further and further west. By the mid-1800s, most of the Native Americans had been removed from New Jersey. In the early 1600s, the Dutch West India Company established a settlement in what would become New Jersey, but it was soon captured by the English. The colony was initially a part of New York, but it was separated from the rest of the colony in 1702 and became a royal colony. During the American Revolution, New Jersey played a significant role, and the battles of Trenton and Princeton were major turning points in the war. After the war, New Jersey grew and developed rapidly. The economy grew and diversified, and the population grew significantly. Cities and towns became centers of commerce, industry, and culture. In the mid-1800s, New Jersey became a hub for manufacturing and transportation due to its geographic location and abundant natural resources. The state's economy boomed, and it became home to many industries. By the early 1900s, New Jersey had become a major industrial and commercial center with a diverse economy and many Fortune 500 companies. Today, New Jersey is a highly developed state with a strong economy and diverse population. The state's economy is diversified, and it is home to some of the best universities and cultural institutions in the United States. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.